Does this hangout is on the air? Welcome everybody. Len Mooney here, and it is August 20th, 2015, and this is Lunch with Len. And what we're going to do today is we're going to wrap up, and it's going to take me a few minutes here to wrap up the final presentation from Live the Dream, unless, Bill, you have some stuff to throw in. But the last presentation that I haven't covered yet was Ray Higdon's. And honestly, I don't have a huge amount of notes from Ray's presentation, so let me just go ahead and we'll do that and put it behind us. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. And here we go, screen share. Bill, you can see the screen?
Yeah, it's coming up. Okay, there's your slides.
Right. And there they are, Ray the Man Higdon and Jessica. Picture's probably a couple or 3 or 4 months old, because Jessica's a whole lot more pregnant than that right now. I think she's due in a couple months. I think she's due in October. So that's coming right along. Ray started his presentation with announcing his daughter's name. She is Sabrina. So little Sabrina's on her way. And I got to wonder, I tell you, I just have to wonder if we might not be witnessing the birth of the first female president of the United States or something. Given the atmosphere that she's being born into, I got to believe that this girl's going to grow up to be just nothing but phenomenal. But who knows? Sometimes I won't say anything. Parenting and kids, I shouldn't go there. Okay. So Ray started into, when you're thinking about quitting, and we all do, ask yourself, why did you start in the first place, and what is the alternative? And to me, those are really very good questions, because I know that I go through my own thought processes every now and then. As, why I'm doing this, and some mornings I get out of bed and I don't want to get out of bed. I want to go back to bed. So and I don't, because I remember why I'm doing it in the first place. And as we've talked about before in the past, and I'm not going to belabor the issue today, but as we've talked about before, having that vision that pulls you forward and makes you keep going even when you don't feel like it sometimes. We all go through those things. And besides that, if we do quit, if any of us did decide to quit, what is the alternative? I know for me, there aren't very many alternatives. I could hunker down here in Mexico and ride out Social Security for the rest of my life if that's what I wanted to do, and I don't. And that assumes Social Security will even be here to ride out, and none of us know that for sure. I keep hearing it's bankrupt, so certainly wouldn't want to count on that. So Ray went on to talk about your first $1,000, the road to get to your first $1,000. Belief. The first step is belief. You've got to believe you can do it. Look at my clever spelling there. Self-image. You've got to believe that you are worth it. And he talked about analyzing your habits, the habits that produce results. So we tend to think that net worth is self-worth, and it's not. We tend to equate our self-worth with our net worth, and if our net worth is poor, we think of ourselves as poor, and that's a label that society has labeled on us, and we got to stop looking at it that way, because we're worth it. And if we don't believe we're worth it, we won't get to where we want to go to. So he encouraged us to stop looking at our results and start looking at our habits, because it's the habits that are producing the results. And if we don't like the results we're getting, then we need to change our habits. And I know for me personally, one of the things that has really helped me is the concept of the miracle morning, which we talked about a couple of weeks ago, and getting up and spending more time on personal development and things like that have really helped me personally. So embrace the concept of multiple income streams. And he asked us to look at how you're doing with online lead generation. And I think the embrace the concept of multiple income streams comes from the fact that we were at an MLSP event, and Live the Dream is an MLSP event. And an MLSP, of course, is one of the things MLSP advertises is multiple income streams. So He talked about online lead generation. He talked about it being a two-step process and emphasized once again ILT, invest, learn, teach. Watch training, write a blog, do a video, or etc. But invest, learn, teach. He pointed out we were all invested. We were sitting there in the audience. We were learning something, and we need to go out and do something with that information, which brings me back, by the way, to a challenge that I put out a week ago for everybody on Lunch with Len to take some of the information that I was pouring out and to do something with it. Write a blog, make a video, etc. Last Tuesday, I asked the folks that were on if anybody had done anything, and there was a conspicuous lack of positive response. So I encourage everybody to keep producing content. Point to the training without being addicted to the outcome. What did he mean by that? Bill, do you remember that comment? I think I know it. I'm trying to remember. I think the idea there was when you're writing blogs, writing videos, you're doing things of that nature, that maybe sometimes nobody will come, maybe sometimes nobody will read it, maybe sometimes we'll do a webinar like Lunch with Len and only 3 people will show up, but that's okay. You've just got to trust the process and keep on keeping on. Does that make sense, Bill?
Yeah, it does.
You remember much of Ray's talk?
Not too much.
No. Okay. All right. I think I just missed the slide. Please go back one. Nope. Okay. He put up a webinar from Jessica. This has to do with lead generation. RayHigdon.com, Jess webinar. Would encourage you to go ahead and write that down. I actually registered. I think this is an automated webinar, because I registered for it today, and my webinar is at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, my time. So I think it must be an automated webinar that's being done once a week or a couple times a week or something. At any rate, RayHigdon.com/Jess webinar. And of course, Jess is big into teaching social media and lead generation. He encourages to create a piece of content every day. All right. Then Ray went on to talk about the path to 7 figures. It's sort of a jump here in continuity, in my opinion. He started off with how to make your first $1,000, and then he went on to the path to 7 figures. I put the number 6 in parentheses because I think it is applicable too to making 6 figures. But the question is how to become the type of person who will make a bigger impact and to start seeing the dollars that you're generating as an indicator of how many people you are helping, and do the things that will impact more lives. And that, to him, was the secret sauce, the formula for growing the business, always focusing on how many people you're impacting. That was, let me go back. That was pretty much Ray's talk. The next and the final talk in the webinar in the Live the Dream series was this guy, Steve Jaffe. Quite honestly, I don't have any notes from Steve's talk. Steve, I have very few notes. Steve, Steve is very big on webinars and selling on webinars, and he went through. What he did is he presented a webinar to Live the Dream, which was really a selling webinar. It couched in using it as an example of teaching us how to do a selling webinar. And at the end of the webinar, it was the webinar Sales Magic 6-module course. And that's okay, but that's basically what he did. And that course is $497, and that's what he went through. I didn't take a lot of notes. It's pretty much, everything there is pretty much what I have. The website is sjaffe.com /LTD if you want to go look at this product of his. And Bill, you have anything to add to that?
No, not really. It was his automated webinar pitch that he did.
Right. Okay. Let's see. Can you see me?
Yes.
Cool. Oh, we picked up a few extra attendees. Who do we got here? We got Elaine, we got Larry, we got Chris. Hello, folks. So before I go on any further, actually, I'd like to bring a few people over. So I'm going to start clicking people. And all you got to do is, if you don't want to come over and play with me, just ignore the click. Just don't accept it. So starting at the top of the list, Rick is at the top, so I'm going to click on Rick and see if he pops over. And then I'm going to go down and click on Elaine, because I'm just going down the list in the order in which the list appears. Let's see, somebody sent me a message. Okay, Chris. I'm going to leave that one alone. We admire your honesty. I'm going to click on Larry, because he's next in the list. I'm going to click on Chris. She's at the bottom of the pile. And while everyone is on their way over, I think most of you probably know that I got slapped by YouTube a couple of days ago. It wasn't a very hard slap. It was a very gentle one. I put up the lunch or the coffee with Len video that talked about the interview with Tony Robbins and his opinions on network marketing. And YouTube took it down. I still haven't honestly been able to figure out exactly what it is YouTube was objecting to. There's a lot of speculation. A lot of people wrote in with their opinions, but they are just that, their opinions. One of the opinions, of course, is that the word network marketing was in the title, and they don't like that word. But I went back through my videos. I have lots and lots and lots of videos with the word network marketing in the title. I did a whole series of videos called Success in Network Marketing. So I just don't know. The question, maybe YouTube has gotten more sensitive in the last little bit of time. Elaine, I don't know if you wanted to come over and it didn't work, or you didn't accept the invite. So I'm going to click you one more time, and then if you don't come over, it's I'll just assume that you're not accepting the invite. So anyhow, I just don't have anything more to say about the YouTube thing. And I went back through their. They claim that I violated their community standards. I looked up the community standards. I read through the community standards. Did I read every word of every community standard? No, but I browsed through it and tried to look for, okay, what could they be objecting about? And I couldn't come up with anything. I'm just going to leave that alone. Anybody else have anything to say?
Well, I've discovered that my YouTube is pretty much non-existent now because I'm getting no hits or nothing. So I think they did change their algorithm or something, because I went from getting about 15 hits on my one video a day to down to 3.
Okay, so bottom line is we don't know what's going on with YouTube. I guess I'm just going to be more sensitive to the words network marketing, and I mean, we did in the video. I did talk about the size of network marketing worldwide as a $180 billion business and 100 million people involved, and maybe that's something they're objecting to. I just don't know.
Hey, Lynn.
Yeah.
It could be what one of the commenters said too, that somebody that's jealous of you or a competitor turned you into.
Yeah, it could be. The point is, and that's the sad reality. Is the point is we don't know. You get these cryptic messages that your video violated our community standards, so we took it down. And it's like, okay, could you be a little bit more explicit, please? What community standard exactly did I violate? Please?
Yeah, were you swearing there, Len? Were you on there swearing?
Of course.
This damn Tony Robbins?
Yeah. Anyhow, I don't know. Chris and I have been running, well, Chris is actually doing all the running. I'll just leave it. Chris is doing the running. We have a group called the ABCs of Blogging. And we have several people who are over here right now today who are not participating in that group. And it's available to you. I'm not going to call anybody out or say anything. I'm just going to point out once again the group is available to you. It's an open group. If you're writing blog posts and you want people to comment, share, etc., your blog posts, all you got to do is post them over there. And Chris has been kind enough to put up a banner every day.
You know,
So,
you might as well call it out because it's me. I've been blogging lately. I'm going to do what I was. In fact, I met with Rick today. Rick and I did a Periscope together in the Panera Bread, and we get together. We get together at least once. We try to get together once a week, unless one of us is out of town, because that Rick is always traveling somewhere.
yeah.
I've been lagging on my.
You're not the only one, Larry.
But I'll admit it because I gotta get better at it.
Over there from a couple of people, so it's okay. I mean, it's up to you. It's a service. I mean, we're trying to help people.
Is it on Facebook? ABCs of Blogging?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And what we ask you to do is, if you have a blog post, just post it in the group, and we ask you to comment and share 2 posts. Now, most of the other groups ask you to do 5. I think Chris and I have both agreed that 5 is really excessive. 2 is a reasonable number. It's small but reasonable. If you comment and post or share a couple of posts from other people, and then hopefully people will comment and share your post, and we'll just get everyone's post a little bit more recognition, a little bit more exposure.
Can I say something?
Of course you can. Could I stop you if I wanted to?
Starting on the 24th, the place card will also add that we can put videos in, because sometimes we don't do a blog post around a video. So we can use a video in lieu of a blog post and comment and share on it. And just nothing over like 4 minutes.
Yeah, please.
If it gets too long, I won't watch it all the way through, and you do need to watch them all the way through.
Yeah, videos that get posted in there need to be limited. I think 3 minutes, but 4 okay. 3 to 4 minutes, absolute max. And because, I mean, that's one of the objections I had to a couple of the other video reviewing sites. They have rules about how long the videos are going to be, or allowed to be, but nobody pays any attention to them, and you get videos that are 10 or 12 minutes long, and you're supposed to watch 5 videos before you post yours, and it's like, there's no way. There's no way. So,
I sent Mark Hubbard a message and said, hey, it doesn't look like you're getting much action in here anymore. May I suggest that you take it from 5 to 2? And he never answered me, so.
And just to let you guys know that the parameters of YouTube now, the length of the videos being watched is the most important thing to get ranked now. So it's no longer likes or comments, it's if people are sticking through your whole video.
Right, that's why I said you got to watch it all the way through. And my channel's so new, I need the help.
I just went to ABCs of Blogging on YouTube, and there's on Facebook, and there's not. It's ABC of Blogging.
ABCs of Blogging.
on Facebook, yeah.
Huh.
Rick, what was the last thing you said? I dropped out and I came back in again. I got the Jim It's Dead message from Chrome.
Was I talking?
No, Rick was.
Oh, he said that it's important that we watch the videos all the way through because YouTube has changed their algorithm and it's no longer just likes and shares. It's the length of the time the video is watched.
Right. Right. Okay.
I hardly ever make one 3 minutes long, so I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, I do have some that are longer than that, but they're training videos, and those we don't post in the group for review. We don't expect people to review training videos. So anyhow, last thing on my list for today is a reminder that Heather Cameron will be on Tuesday. She's going to do Periscope. She did a really nice presentation last Sunday on Terry and Felicia's Sunday night thing, and she's got a really well put together little PowerPoint presentation about Periscope. So she does a really good job. She'll be on Tuesday. Now, the real reason I pulled everybody over is that this is sort of the faithful bunch of people that are here almost all the time. You know, the question is, where do we go with Lunch with Len from here? And it's sort of been something on my mind. And I don't have. Is everybody happy with the way things are going, or do you have any suggestions? What would you like to see? Anything we can improve? I'm not suggesting we stop doing it. I'm just looking for some direction as to what if anything people would like to see. Okay.
I think we're doing good the way it is. And if you want, like maybe once, I mean, I know it's a lot to put on you every week. If you want every couple of weeks, have one of us take one of the days to do training and just, you know, come up with something else. And you know what, if we're doing training and maybe we can get other people, have like a training, but you have everybody on there so that we're all just interactive.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a great idea. I'd love to see more people do trainings. You're going to be on next Thursday, Larry. You're going to be teaching us about what happened in Florida.
Well, most of what happened in Florida.
Okay. So that's good.
Or we could just, you know, have strippers on.
Oh, please. As long as you've got the male ones occasionally.
Well, Larry, you can never mind. Okay. I think that's great, and more trainings, and I'm gonna continue to try to get more things. Like I got Heather coming on Tuesday. I'm gonna go back to some of the other people. Oh my God. You know, sometimes I pull blanks on names. Susan Shearer. I mean, it's been a while. I know people have asked for Susan Shearer again, and I'm going to hit her up again. She told me she'd be happy to come back on again. It's been a while, so it's time to hit her up again and have guest speakers and things. Anybody else have any other comments or suggestions about the direction we should go in for the future? What is somebody talking?
I said, too bad you can't get Brendan Burchard to come on.
Well, I don't know that I can't. I haven't tried.
Oh, go ahead, Eric.
I've been following Mark Lalone the last couple months, and his training is excellent. So if we can get him on there, that'd be nice.
Mark?
Yeah, Mark Lalone.
Okay.
The Canadian guy.
Yeah.
Mark Lalone.
I know who he is. I know who he is, yeah. Okay.
And you know what, even if, you know, the training, even if it's like going over stuff that we've already gone over and other people can participate while we're doing it, like we just had some Instagram training or even some of your other training, Len, you know, or if a bunch of us are on there, we have interactive questions or say, hey, I started doing this with this training, with this stuff, and I got these results, so I was doing this. I mean, to me, I think that's one of the best things about this.
Yeah, that's very valuable.
Chris, Kirby, second.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. But this is the best I could get this thing.
Say again?
That's my electrician. I'll be right back.
Ah, okay. I heard a voice and it didn't sound like anybody that I see on the panel. Can anybody still see the chat?
No, it's disabled.
I don't know what happened when you know, I wonder if I cancel this. I wonder if I reinitialize webinars on air. No attendees. Ah! Oh, wait. There was somebody. Yeah, there was somebody who had come in on the chat a little while ago. Just as I lost my
Check
browser.
back up. It's back up, Owen.
Yeah. Well, that's because I had to reinitialize it. I didn't realize that. My apologies.
I think Chris has a private dancer going on right now.
Okay. All right. We've got people bouncing in and out. Okay. Any other thoughts or suggestions? If not, we'll call it a Thursday. For those of you who are in the deep abyss, tonight is a deep abyss call. If you're not in the deep abyss, I recommend it. So I know some of us. Never mind. If you're not in the deep abyss, I recommend it.
Hey, Chris put in the chat that she had the course and it was a bad course. Which course was she talking about?
Oh, the webinars, selling webinars.
Okay.
Steve Jaffe's course. Yeah. Justice Egan has a selling webinar, and I don't know if it's a course or it was a private webinar or whatever, but it's not $500 and has everything you need. So maybe I'll put one together. It's not that hard. It's not that big of a deal. There is a template. All right, that's it. Anybody else have any suggestions or ideas? We'll carry on. More guest speakers when we can. Interactive trainings all sounds like good ideas to me. It basically sounds like most people are pretty happy with the direction we're going in. We'll just keep going.
I enjoy it.
Cool. All right. And I also, does everybody agree with keeping them short a half hour and maybe spilling over a little bit occasionally when we need to, but for the most part?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty then. Hey, that's all I have for today. I'll see you on Tuesday. We'll be doing Periscope. I recommend that if you can, I'm going to say it one more time. I know I've said it before, but I recommend strongly that you go download Periscope and get it on your phone.
You know, we have it, and search for me, because you can see that I did one yesterday. I held my camera sideways, so it comes out as sideways.
Okay.
So it's pretty funny. But Rick and I did one today. Actually, you know what? Rick and I did one today at we're at a Panera. It's a little loud, but go ahead and I'd like your opinion on it.
I started to do one every morning too. I did my what probably would be my fourth one today, this morning. What I'm doing now is I'm doing the Coffee with Len video on my computer, and then as soon as I do that, I pick up the phone and I basically do the same thing on the phone, although today's was different. The phone was different today than the computer. But for the most part, that's what I've been doing is repeating the Coffee with Len video, little 2 or 3 minute Periscope transmissions. And partially it's just getting me used to doing it. So, I mean, I'm learning. Every day I learn something new about Periscope.
How many followers does everybody have on their Twitter on this panel?
My Twitter, I have about 600.
Because I'm only about 300, and I'm getting results, and it's
yeah, I've only got 120 Twitter followers. I guess I need to work more on Twitter, huh?
we all do.
Yeah, I've got about 1,400.
That's pretty good.
Wow, Bill, you're breaking the bank there, buddy.
Well, no, not really.
1,400 is a lot of followers.
Yeah, but I've been working on it. I've been grooming, or what's it? It's called churning.
Okay.
Yeah, Mark Malone's putting out a course, a Twitter course in the near future, and his training on Sunday was all about Twitter, and it's he gets pretty good results. He says he gets about 60% of his leads from Twitter.
Yeah. Now, the other thing that Mark Lalonde is doing, though, is he is using auto posters for everything.
Yeah.
So that's...
Well, I guess when you get to a certain point, you got to automate a lot. He also said that he has a lot of, he's now hired a lot of outside help, too, so.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, Mark Lalonde is in a league by himself.
One of the hits he gave us was to put up when you got low people and you want to get up to big people a lot fast. He said follow 200 people a day, and then the next day unfollow 200 people that aren't following you back. He said within a month you'll have a couple thousand people following you.
Yeah, and I've been doing that, and I've been averaging maybe 90 people a day, but I'm bound by the 2,000.
And he said to use I think he said use Crossfire to get
Crowdfire.
Wildfire. That's a free app, and you can get rid of unfollow people, and it's easy. So I've been using that for my unfollow for my Instagram.
Okay.
Makes it a little easier. Makes it a little easier to unfollow because all you do is click the button right there instead of going into Twitter and independently unfollow everybody.
Who's the most familiar with Crowdfire?
I know very little.
I've been doing it. I've upgraded to the paid version now, so I have unlimited.
Looks like Bill's going to be doing a training.
Sounds like.
I just did a video a day or so ago on my fan page.
Okay.
Basically on follow and unfollow using Crowdfire.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to go watch your video. Maybe you can do a lunch with Len not next week, but the week after, and teach us Crowdfire. We can do it live. We can all interact.
Okay, we can do that.
Fun.
Yeah.
It's an easy app to use because all you do is click basically.
Okay. Alrighty. Sounds good. Okay. We all done?
We're done. Sorry. Yes.
Everybody, we're all done?
Yes.
I'm going to stop the broadcast. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.
See ya.
Bye.